not letting it up. Oh, that is sensational. Has he done enough, Foxes? Oh, that is a big spin. If tempo fails to get higher up the grid, it could end up being outrageously close and exciting going into the final race. Drivers lining up then on the grid. We've got such a weird position right at the back.
I'm currently on board, Jacob, rather than the camera at the back, so I can actually see what in the chuff is going on, and then I'll jump off the on board, then onto the off board. I think would be the way to say, because Jacob again getting a run into one, but Rob not having none of it. He wants a rainbow fighting for P1 into one. He's got that move made nice and early on the Aston Martin. Ultra following them both through.
Oh, Williams on the inside. Oh, McLaren's round.
Cars going around. In the mid-pack into 3. There is some drama already early on in the Australian Grand Prix. Betty Jacob are losing out on P1 in the early stages of the race. Not that I think he'll be too fussed about that at the moment. Just wants to keep the nose clean, get no damage onto the Aston Martin. A little bit further down the field, as we just saw, some cars going right round, baby.
Oh, Tempo's
right
got
round
damage.
Into turn 3, some cars again got damage. Is that Tempo got damage, you say?
He is. I think Tempo's got some damage.
Oh, that's not what he needs. There is a train of cars from P11 down to P9. Red Dog getting on the pressure from Sterling, going down the inside now with Sterling. That is not the move to make. Tempo now getting the cutback.
Oh, hey, Mason.
On the cars, Master Mason and AJ also in the midfield as well. There's too many cars having too many racing opportunities for me to catch up on. At the minute, Sterling Lager currently in nose length adrift. Master Mason and Tempo also nose to gearbox. H is in P6 comfortably. Also Matty C in the Mercedes-Benz looking nice. Never mind on the grass, I've cursed him. There we go, Tempo now on the outside of 2. Matty C getting too hot on the brakes onto the grass. Losing out a little bit of delta to the Sauber. Unleashed is Tempo now up to P7. Goodness me, that's 2 laps in and I can barely breathe.
And relax. Goodness gracious me. This is not an ideal start for Tempo, although he's found himself firing up the grid as we got yellows. I think it's another McLaren round. Agent, is it? Agent a little bit further back. I'm not sure what's happened with him here, but if you go on board, or not on board, if you keep an eye on Tempo's car, he goes around the outside of AJ. He does have, or does he not have wing damage? It looked like he did have some wing damage. For some reason, he doesn't now. His car looks absolutely fine. I'm not sure what has happened there. What he might do if he gets on the rear of Salau any more than he already has been. Meanwhile, Senna in the Haas again. Normal, well, business as usual for that man. Putting in lap after lap, sitting nicely in P4. Jacob regains the lead, 18.778, the fastest lap of the race so far. This is what Jacob needs to do. This man needs a commanding victory. He needs to get 4 points this race weekend. He's done it with the sprint. He's now got the opportunity for fastest lap, which he's holding at the moment, and he wants a full 25 points from this feature race. You've got Ultra now outside of DRS range. Only just. The DRS is now live and active. He's falling back slightly. Meanwhile, Rob in the Sauber is in position to strike. He's not using any ears. He is throwing that kicks Albert through AJ corner. Let's have a look and see what's happening a bit further back. Salau then is firmly in the points in this feature race. This is a position that he'll be very happy to be in. P6, he's got tempo in front of him. AJ is going to be hunting him down behind. Maybe a repeat of the theatrics that we saw in the sprint race between the two. Behind him sits Master Mason and Matty C, the Mercedes duo, and no doubt going to be putting some pressure on both AJ and Salau in the oncoming laps as well. DRS train is going to happen. Lager in the Ferrari. Stunning from him. He was sat near the back of the grid and he's made up a few places. We have Sterling as well. A little bit of damage, I think. No, okay, his front wing looks okay. Not sure if he's boxed. Maybe a bit of a spin. P11 Red Dog in that gorgeous looking Alpine, if I do say so myself. Can you guess that I am an Alpine fan? Redding and Agent, meanwhile. Agent comes into the pits. I think that is absolutely the right move. And this man's going to be hoping for a safety car. Hard tyres go on. If there is any man that can put in some special laps around this Albert Park circuit. Yeah, do you know what? I put it on Agent. He's done well round here before in previous editions of the BFL. He absolutely, given that gap, is relying on a safety car, and I think we may well get one. So a game of patience for Agent on those hard tyres. Meanwhile, up at the top of the grid, Ultra falls back. Rob, with the DRS, has managed to get the leap done. Ultra will not be having that. He is within range, poised to strike on board the helicopter cam down that start-finish straight.
Gracious me!
Fantastic move.
Venting getting a big snap.
Is he big man Salau?
Corner. Goodness me!
Oh, is that Mason and AJ?
I think it absolutely is Master Mason and
strong
AJ
move with the DRS.
Tussle into one. Master Mason they're getting DRS again into 3. A little bit of tyre smoke from the Mercedes-Benz.
Red Dog retires.
From the station. Safety car.
Safety car. Red Dog retired.
Safety car.
Safety car. Matty C comes into the pits. Perfect timing for him. This is what Agent will have wanted.
It's literally just called it, sir. Is what you've done. Just called it. On the lap prior, that is what Agent was looking for, which was the safety car. Red Dog now losing it somewhere on circuit. I think it was out of...
I think it was turn 1. I think I saw.
I think it might have been 1. I'm not too sure. I'm sure he'll let us know in the chat.
In the chat, yeah. It's a DNF, sadly, for Red Dog in the Alpine. The top 10 finish he was hoping for has not materialised. Race neutralised then. We have a safety car. Intrigued to see what people are going to do pit stop wise. Whether we're going to see a bunch of drivers dive into the pits for hard tyres. It's looking like it at the moment. The top 3 are in. 4, 5, 6. Master Mason stays out. AJ comes in. So I think we're going to see a lot of drivers going onto hard tyres now. Fixing any wing damage. Getting things done whilst the race is neutralised. AJ's in, hard tyres fitted. We'll bring up some detail just to show. Look at this.
The entire grid is on the hard tyres, barring Master Mason on the mediums and the safety car in front on a set of road tyres.
Absolutely love that. Mason, whether he pits maybe on this lap, didn't want to do the double stack, maybe giving Matty C a little bit of pride, I'm not too sure. But
nah.
Maybe.
Absolutely not.
What the fuck was that? What the actual fuck was that? This is all like, what the fuck?
I said nah.
like a really, really sort of valid point, and then this just sort of like childish. Nah. Fucking beg your pardon. Oh God!
I'm just saying.
Good God!
No, I think I've raised with James enough to take a good little swipe, but he's going to set out track position P1 on that set of mediums, eat them out.
Sorry.
That's all I would say.
I can't get over that. I don't think I'd even finished the sentence. Nah. Oh, I'm fucking right. Okay. Just so dismissive. Oh God. Oh, I can't wait to watch that back. That's going to be in the video. Let me tell you. Goodness gracious me.
It just make sure you like dim the audio on it. It's like opening the fires and octopods.
That is.
No, I very much think James is just going to back himself here on this set of mediums, just to eat them out as
go
long
a
as
bit
he
deeper
can.
into the race and sort of. Yeah,
He'll be firmly aware that Jake will probably be coming through with or without him having really a choice in the matter. He'll be aware of that. But there's Sterling behind him, which he's raced with plenty of times. He's kind of on the same pacing as such in race trim. So he'll have a good little scrap there with Sterling on a set of six lap all. Almost a year, sir. 6 lap old hard tyres. And then Robin P4, that again will be like Jacob, wanting to kind of push through the pack and get a move on and get past some cars. But I think James could be a little bit of a roadblock. If he kind of a little bit of a. You can either fight the guy behind you that you know is quicker and burn off the tyres, or you release Jacob early and then back yourself trying to maintain P3, P4 for as long as you can do, and then box when you need to. So it's kind of a matter of what James decides to do with Jacob, really. Do he just let Jacob go through, mate? No worries.
Yeah, who does he kind of fight? You know what I mean? And for how long?
Yeah, exactly.
If he's trying to sort of make those mediums go a bit deeper into the race. To be fair, you could arguably kind of go. I mean, you could probably end up going to hard tyres and then potentially boxing at the end for softs. Like, there's an opportunity there. It depends what happens in terms of safety car and things like that. But yeah, as a every drivers, be careful. By the way, the safety car backs you up at a really awkward point here through AJ corner. So just be very, very sensible as you're flying through here. It can get see exactly as I think Redding has just hit the back of Matty C. I think I've just seen on camera. Anyway, Master Mason now becomes the safety car. We'll remove that bit of detail there.
Where'd you go though?
Here's the thing, yeah. Where'd you got to obviously wait for it to.
To me, like now, there's no point. Obviously, once it kind of peels in and stuff. But it's such a hard one because I think a lot of drivers try to go on the exit of the final corner, and it's easy to get the power down far too early whilst the car's still in rotation, and you lose over here, lose out on so much time, and then the guy in P2 gets the run, so you want to really try to leave it. And the start-finish line here is essentially further down the grid. It's not as close as what you think it is, but he's absolutely pulled the trigger in that Mercedes-Benz into now first safety car of the evening in the BFL around Albert Park, taking now on the back of the Mercedes-Benz Sterling P3 TIE Rob.
Ooh,
in
Ferrari
that
slow?
to go down the inside of Sterling, links that stamp, Royal Mail Rob in P3, love that. Safety car again, I think. Yes, it is.
Another safety car. What it is? Another safety car's out. Not sure what for here. Oh my goodness me! Is there a little bit of Royal Mail Rob? Yeah, it's he's got some about. Oh, Agent's got no front wing at all, like to speak of. So I'm not quite sure what has happened to Agent.
Oh,
Put
God,
it this way,
that,
I think Agent is ready.
Lost all the wine.
I think Agent is ready for some Black Ops. This is it's not the opening salvos of an Australian Grand Prix that he would have wanted. I think that is fair to say. However, I actually think this could prove quite interesting.
What does James do?
He's got hard time. I think to go. Oh my god! Oh my god!
It's not boxing. The young man has said, "But
Mason, not boxing."
Mason, just going around again. Why not?
Yeah, fair enough. I'm here for it. Live for it. I think Agent here boxes. I think he's got an opportunity. I don't know whether he's going to go softs or whether he'll go mediums. You can potentially do medium, but you can quite easily do medium soft. You might even be able to do mediums all the way. I don't know. Part of me feels like going on soft tyres and try and make up some. That's not the correct tyre.
Have you fat fingered your D-pad, sir? You appear to be on some Intermediates. My man.
That's not the right tyre. I think that is a bit of an oops in the chat. Reading, by the way, has a time penalty in the chat.
May have skipped on his tyres compound on the MFD and clicked one too many.
I'd hope so. Well, you know what? You know what I mean, like pro strat. It's not quite a flecky strat, but it's not ideal. Indeed, Reading gets the 10-second time penalty as well for speeding on the pit lane entry. Let's have a look then and see who's had the biggest position change. At the moment, obviously, Mason is up there with 4. Sterling is up 7 points at the moment, but obviously that is pit stop related. He's not yet to box. Tempo then is the big winner at the moment, up 7 places from where he was in what was a bit of a loady qualifying for him. Matty C doing well, Lager doing well as well, Agent missing out the most, but most drivers pretty much staying in their positions from the qualifying session. As a little reminder of time penalties, it is only Agent at the moment with 10 seconds worth. Agent comes back into the pits and let's we're gonna go take 2 here. What is he going at? Oh, I think that's what he's doing. I think this was actually a bit more of a big brain move than we thought. So obviously it's going to take the tyres off. So he was on hard tyres. I don't think he wanted to go onto mediums because they wouldn't necessarily last. And he's only just put them on. So I think what he's done, he's put on intermediate, so he's not using a dry tyre, knowing that the safety car is going to go round again, so that he can then re-put on the hards that he originally had. So he doesn't lose a huge amount, but it means that he can effectively stay on the same tyre, but obviously you've got to change tyres. I think that might be why.
Have we just seen a Giga brain play?
Kind of. I think he wants to go to the end on hard tyres. He doesn't want to go on mediums, but I wasn't wasting the didn't want to waste the wear on the softs. This is it makes sense. It makes absolute sense. Safety car is in this lap, knowing that it was going to go round again. It's do you know what? All for us for doubting. I think it's don't let's not say it's smart. Let's not feel the ego too much. But no, that makes sense.
It's very much from a case of I've been there, done that, and hit the D-pad one too many times.
You think if you get a safety car in 10 laps time,
oh no,
you want to go onto softs. You want them kind of as brand new as possible, don't you? So even though it's one lap, but that one lap can make all the difference. So do you know what? Take my hat to it. It makes sense. It makes absolute sense.
Right. So where does the young man go now? Because I can't imagine Jacob will be caught lacking twice. 2 safety-car restarts in a row. Currently on the back of that Mercedes-Benz.
Now he goes.
Jacob never.
It's side by side with a lot. Hang on, Rob looks racing.
Pretty much. He's got an absolute god-tier run. There we go, round 2. 2 laps in 2 for Rob going down the inside of a car. Love that from the Lean Green Racing Machine. We're not going to let a bullet in tonight. We'll be a little bit more respectful. Oh, he's looking quick around the outside of 4. That's a bold move to make. Now down the inside of 5. He backs up wisely. No need to get the move made yet. You're about to get a lot of overspeed and a lot of tow into sector 2. Let's not get too boisterous and risk losing a little bit of end play or some front wang in that Sauber. That's the last thing you need is to kick some wind off.
Jacob, here he comes.
Here he comes. Master Mason is about to be swallowed by 2 green racing cars around the outside. Goes from great racing.
Jacob! Jacob!
Bravo, stop by Paulson. Getting back from the circuit. Goodness me. Jacob losing out massively now. Dropping down to P8 from P3. Wanting to get the move made around the outside, getting on the gravel. I mentioned it earlier, that can be a killer also. We're also focused on the corner itself, but that gravel trap's a nuisance. Thinking of a nuisance, cars going down the outside, a little bit of wheel banging, a little bit of elbow rubbing in the Williams of Sterling. Goodness me.
Is that Tempo getting the right? I think it is. I think Rob might have let Tempo past for the sake of the championship with Jacob in P6. He's going to have Sterling in front of him, then Ultra to contend with. It's a little bit of a gaggle of cars during this safety car restart. Obviously, DRS is yet to be enabled. Mason gets a time penalty up in P3. AJ finds himself getting past Salau for the final points positions.
Good old little scrap there into 4. There was nose to rear diffuser. Better team was sniffing the man's lunch, and he's not quite done yet. Goodness me, to 6. Almost getting into the back again. The Williams both going into the wall. Where are you going there, fellas? It goes round to the right hand side. Where are you going off to the left?
Oh my god, look at Agent! Look at Agent!
Coming out of nowhere. What's in that FIA? Check that, motherfucker. Because that car is flying. Goodness me.
Is that 2? Has he got past both cars there?
Cheeky little Michael Dublé in the DRS.
Jacob gets it done on Mason. Whew, this is super intense at the moment. Lots of cars kind of finding themselves slightly out of position from where they would normally find themselves. Yeah, Matty C is back in P10 at the moment. Whether he's had a moment, it looks like AJ has as well. Back down in P12, maybe a little bit of a spin through some of the final corners of Sector 2. But at the moment, we have Tempo in the lead. Your Drivers' Championship leader by 27 points finds himself in P1 with his teammate in P2. They have a gap of 2.2 seconds with Jacob in at P4 at the moment. This is going to be a tough ask. Although Jacob is up there, it's going to be a big kind of collection of points. Is not what he needs. He needs more from this race, and he's arguably going to be able to get past Ultra here. So he's on the podium, but it's not going to be enough. He really needs another safety car to neutralise the pack and give himself an opportunity to get past both of the Saubers. That little wobble that he's had, trying to hold it round the outside through AJ corner.
I don't know, at the moment, these Saubers are doing a lot more damage to each other is what they're doing, Chief. These two guys
no
can't
team
quite
orders
work
then,
out
no. Reading retires. Reading retires. Safety car! Safety car!
I was just about to say, it didn't look like team orders or so, but it looked like
AJ corner.
We're just getting a little bit out of shape on a lap after lap basis, and Rob was he quick as Albert. So then Jacob got about a 4/10 dive onto the front runners because Rob and Tempo was almost tripping over each other throughout sector 3 into turn 13 and then into 14 prior to the safety car coming out. Jacob got such a massive gain on the guy up front because Rob and Tempo just couldn't quite work out. Like, I get it, you're in the title battle, but right now I'm driving better and I'm the faster car, so they need to make their mind up here on who's going to be the wall of defense for the guy behind and which car needs to go away, because I don't think Jacob, more so now with these safety car conditions, Jacob's not going to give them much choice in the matter, I don't think, in regards to their little team orders or the tactical little plays that they can try work around. Given the nature of the circuit and how much overspeed and DRS, it's going to be very hard for both sides to keep Jacob under bay right now.
There's now a lot of pressure on the safety car restart. It's gonna get like, it's not that there's pressure on, but the question is arguably gonna now sit with Rob and how much of a team game he is willing to play. Now, I'm not sure if him and Tempo sit in a party, what kind of conversations they have had, but it's fair to say Tempo has the opportunity, barring a catastrophe, to clinch the title tonight. If it finished this way and nothing seriously untoward happened next week, even with Tempo maybe missing the race and Jacob grabbing full points, Tempo would still retain, or I should say gain, the Drivers' Championship for BFL 5. So For a man that is not just leading the Grand Prix at the moment, but has certainly come undone when feeling some pressure. We crossed the halfway mark of this Australian Grand Prix, and
don't know what himself.
Yeah,
is what he is sometimes.
Not quite sure what's going to be going through the man's head at the moment. Just to keep it cool, do his thing. He's got the pace, and hope that his teammate behind him doesn't put him under too much pressure. But the problem is, with 4 DRS straights, Rob is going to be interested and want to take a race win. I'll have to double check, but I do not believe Rob has had a race win this year. I do not believe so. Let's have a look. So. We're going to have a look.
Again, it's that weird little thing, isn't it? Because, like, at the moment, Rob is looking the quicker Sauber. Looking the more settled car on circuit. So how much do you sacrifice? Oh, wing damage! Never mind, Rob's went into the back of tempo!
Oh, he hasn't.
Oh no, the safety car
has done.
Goodness me, the safety car has slammed on his anchors there. Literally into the apex.
Move. We know this is where the safety car. This is where the safety car does it. We've warned during the first safety car that is where it decides that drivers have to be super careful there. Oh, is this going to be the opening of the gate for Jacob to get through? He's going to have to box. He's going to have to box. That's far too much damage to sustain. That's a huge chunk. Yeah, he comes in. He comes into the pit lane as he needs to. Back on board with tempo then. When is the man going to go? Here he goes.
Very much going now is what he's doing. The time sheet's confused me there because Rob got in front because the pit lane is so slow on the entrance, so quick on the entrance. The grip was like, it was odd, it was confused. The absolute breaks off me is what it did. But tempo getting a good restart in the Sauber lap 16 of 29. It's been a dicey exchange up and down the field so far, I must have said, not just for the guys in P1, P2 and P3, up and down the field. The lads have put on a showcase of driving talent. Oh, tempo! Getting a massive slide, Tokyo drift. Goodness me, how's he caught that? I've said it once, and I'll say it again. Get him on my shoulders, because he was...
Mason retires!
God. Mason retired.
Safety car!
We can't get through 3 laps of Albert Park right now. The quick pace of the circuit on a restart when cars are nose to rear diffuser. It's so quick, and I mentioned earlier, you can't blink around here sometimes. It's so fast through sector 2. Once you get through turn 1 and 2 and into 3, 4, you get out of that left-hander. Goodness me, the rest of the circuit comes by so quickly, and if you're nose to rear wing,
number 4.
It's a difficult little track.
Safety car number 4 at the moment. Yeah, the safety car I think has led more laps than anyone else in this Australian Grand Prix. It is crazy. Now Salau comes into the pits, as do a few others. I'm not gonna lie, if I was out there right now, I'd be coming in on mediums. The mediums will happily go to the end. You'll have a few more laps on the safety car. It's exactly what Salau's doing. Sterling's doing the same. Lager looks to be as well. Fixing the damage, getting it done. This will help Rob. Rob will be thanking the heavens to some degree that this has happened. He's got hard tires and he'll go comfortably to the end of the race. Fresh front wing, he's in the points, but that is going to be an almighty task to get up through the grid. Now this is the other thing to bear in mind with Rob. A couple of races ago, given an official reprimand when it came to some overtakes going through the pack. Many deemed kind of overly and somewhat unnecessarily aggressive. So an official warning was issued, and naturally other occurrences could result in a race ban, penalty point. So if he is going to be starting to make some moves through the field, he's going to have to make sure he's doing it cleanly. He will absolutely make sure that he's giving lots of space. The DRS zones will definitely be helping. Who is Tempo fighting in the drivers? It is between Tempo and Jacob. at the moment. So Jacob was not driving last week for what was unfortunately some poor circumstances. The gap at the moment sits at 27 points between them. However, with the results in the sprint race, that gap has now come down. Is it 8 points for the sprint win and then goes to 6 for P2? 8, 6, 4, 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. No, I've got that wrong. How many points is it in the sprint? I can't quite remember off the top of my head. Hansen, help me out here.
I'm not a
Google Hansen!
I don't
8,
know.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Well, there you go, to 8. Cool, is that all it is? 1 point's difference. So, the gap will then currently stand at 26 points because there was one gap between them. So, Jacob needs the win tonight, and he needs tempo to find himself a little bit further down the grid. Failing that, it's a very, very strong possibility, as we say, barring a calamitous guitar Grand Prix where penalty points might be awarded, etc. Tempo will have one hand on the Drivers' Championship trophy. Now, it's worth mentioning as well, drivers, be careful. We know that the AI will get weird when the safety car comes in. It is through AJ corner. Give yourself some space. Don't be a dumb shit. You're all actually slightly smarter than that. I get the feeling it's going to be safety car in this lap. There we go. Oh, and Jacob again. I've literally just said it. It slams on the AI, and there's nothing you can do about it. Goodness me. I tell you what, an official reprimand to all the drivers. Stop being so goddamn thick. How many safety cars does there need to be for people to learn and realise? He's got away with it without any damage, but yeah, far too fast in terms of closing speed from everyone. Where the safety car pulls the trigger, you've got to bear in mind the guy in front, you can't do anything about it. It slams on the brakes for you. There's nothing you can do. Right, that being said,
exactly.
Safety car
is now
time
pressure.
Penalty.
Is what it is now for Tempo in P1. It's now business.
It's a good start.
End of the Grand Prix. It's now the point of this season where you very much write yourself into the history books of what kind of BFL racing driver you are going to be. There's been some great champions prior to Tempo right now that has the opportunity to do so. We've had Snacks, exotic players of flying Dutch himself. Big lock up. Tempo though in 2 and 3. That will give Jacob a little bit of a sniff. Not quite yet out of 4. Ultra still as well. Let's not discount Ultra, who has looked very quick tonight. Can he put in his nose a little bit? Cause a little bit of an upset. Get that Red Bull up into P2. Just get himself involved with the front runners in P1 and P2. Senna also P4. Lap 19 to 29. Their pack has been nullified at least 3 times tonight. Rob making moves as well on that McLaren. I see that going up and down the field. We want to very much make sure we are on board Jacob and Tempo right now, because who's going to be the more patient man? At the moment, Jacob has looked cool, calm and composed. Tempo's looking a little bit wishy-washy here and there. That's a great move on Matty. I think I missed that on my
outrageous move. He fully sent it. I was on board with Ty Robb in P6, and goodness me, it was firmly on the brakes. He got it done. It was down the inside on Senna. That is outrageous, but we've had a full racing lap without the safety car coming back out. Big celebrations. Claps to everyone. Goodness me. Sterling gets it done on Lager further back for the points. So now in the pits, what's going on there?
Rob sending it again. Goodness me, same corner as before. Flicking that stamp first class down the inside. Lovely stuff.
He's got to be careful here. Like we were saying, an official reprimand was given for some of his overtakes in a recent Grand Prix. It was during the Singapore Grand Prix, actually. Very aggressive, not a lot of space given, an air of sort of dismissiveness
That was clean and clinical.
Was not well received. It looks like the man is learning. The DRS is certainly going to be helping him. That Sauber is flying around. He's going to have, who is it? Matty C firmly in his sights. Is it going to be down the inside? Is it going to be job done? Oh, Matty C's gone really, really deep.
Oh, goodness me.
Ooh, Agent nearly collected him. Ooh. Steady now, Matty C. Get that tyre back.
Is Matty C getting a little bit spooked there from the Sauber going down the inside. Maybe got a mirror full of green and did not want any part of that, which we've all been there when a car is attacking you. It's so easy to get distracted. Look in your rearview mirror, look where that car is attacking you from. Then all of a sudden, braking zones are entering. You're 45 meters too late and you're in some fucking gravel somewhere, catching buckets of sand. This is what you're doing, Matty. He's losing out a little bit. Tyrone is on the absolute rampage right now in that Sauber, looking to make so many moves. Whilst Tempo is further up the grid, man. Let's not forget about the pack runners further up. Tempo is under all kind of pressure, getting on the exit curve now. That is the time for Jacob now to pull the trigger on the championship leader at the moment in the Aston Martin.
I think he's going to get it done here.
Strong. The ARS is very strong, like a Russian tank. Round the inside he goes, down the inside, round the inside. How can he go round the inside? Down the inside he goes. Getting that move made. Tempo had 3 corners there and been harassed by the Aston Martin, and then very much bottled it, went onto the exit curb, lost out on 2.5 times, 3 times easily. Jacob then getting a run with DRS and dumping that battery, and Jacob looks like a hard man to catch now. Tempo needs a miracle at the moment, 21 laps of 29 to get back on the back of the Aston Martin and keeping DRS and give yourself as much chance as you can do to get back in
Rob wants
contention.
to race, doesn't he? It's just, with every bit that I am watching of Rob in P3, he wants to race his teammate. He wants all of the points and isn't interested in the current drivers championship. He's pushing it. Oh, Tempo! Oh, that could be huge. That could be absolutely huge in this championship fight. Oh my goodness me. Oh, we're not going to find out until the latter stages of this race. Who just grabbed the fastest lap? Was that Jacob, by the way?
I believe it was, yes.
I think it was Jacob grabbing the fastest lap. A late safety car here could be huge. Rob gets it done.
Tempo. I would imagine here.
Ultra's not far.
Sorry. Here for Tempo.
Sorry.
And
Ultra's not far. Sorry. The voice went a little bit high there. I wasn't happy with that. Ultra's not far. No, I'm not having that. Absolutely not having that.
SS voice clock. Absolutely. How it should be. But right now, Rob, the wisest thing is if Rob can catch Jacob and try to take as many points away from the Aston Martin in P1. Tempo's in the wise thing here. Let Rob get up and away. There we go. Fastest lap of the race, lap 23. Rob now on the charge. Very much almost on the back of the Aston Martin as well. These two have been in a little bit of a different class here and there as far as just raw race pace over a small period of a few laps in the second race of the evening, minus some safety car conditions. But these two guys throughout the entire evening, race pace wise, has looked very good in race trims. So I think Tempo now wants to try just to nullify as much damage that he can do from behind, whilst Rob tries to attack this Aston Martin in front. DRS will very much be enabled in a jiffy. Booparoonie, there it goes. The battery being dumped. Is it? No, it's absolutely not. Letting just a natural overspeed of that DRS get him as close as what he needs to into AJ corner. Follows the Aston Martin through the left, the right, the kink. We all love it. It's a great corner to nail, but a crappy corner to bin it on. Getting the DRS again, just tucking him behind and following him. Jacob through for another lap.
Oh my god, sorry, further down. Agent and Macy! Oh no! Oh, big collision, that's got. Oh my god! It's not ended in complete tears here, but he's hit the wall. We saw some damage, but it doesn't seem like it's. I'm not sure if it's done damage. Agent is going to come into the pit lane. It was close between them. Rubbing is racing. Agent retires. I think Matty C comes into the pits. He goes on to soft tyres, front wing damage. Rob, by the way, is now leading the Australian Grand Prix What on earth is happening a bit nearer the top of the grid? Ultra is within the 3 seconds at the moment. Rob smells the opportunity for a first Grand Prix win in the Bluefoxx F1 League. He is going to throw everything at it. As you can see on the rear wing, hashtag unleashed. Is there a better way to describe what we are seeing on our screens? Jacob is not going to give it up willingly. Whoa, tempo with a really strange line through AJ corner. Maybe a little bit of overspeed going through it. Bit of lockup, but
a little bit of chess here for the last few laps.
Naga with the time penalties.
I don't feel like these two are going to be able to separate themselves on raw race pace with that DRS, unless one of them makes a doozy at some point in the next few laps. So is it going to be a case of Jacob now just tucks in, waits and waits and waits, and then waits a little bit more for the dying stages of the race, or does he get it done nice and early and then just try back himself to get up and further on the field? But Tempo now sat in P3 is kind of just bedding in a little bit. Oh, that dirty air though through 4, that front end of the Sauber getting all kind of washed out. It's not fun to follow around here because the corners come so thick and fast here and there. You can get so much understeer from the wake of the cars in front. I'm curious now to see at what point Jacob makes a move and makes that opportunity to try to get past Rob and then get further up. I'm thinking maybe lap 27, lap 28 kind of thing. Get that move made in the latter stages of sector 3 on the last dose of DRS. Give yourself 3 corners to defend and hope you don't snag a front wheel and lock up somewhere and give the guy to run through the final 3 corners.
It's too close to call at the moment, but as things stand, here are how we're looking in terms of time penalties. So Tempo at the moment has 3 seconds, but has a big enough of a gap that if we cross the line just like this, he will maintain that P3 position. But it will also mean that the gap comes down to Jacob, and well, it means that the driver's title will not be out of Jacob's hands. Jacob fundamentally needs and wants to finish above Tempo. With that that 3-second time penalty, that is all but guaranteed with 4 laps to go. The real question is, where are these 3 gonna end up? Is Rob going to take a first Grand Prix win in BFL 5? Is Jacob going to get the move done? What's Tempo going to do? How much is he going to push the envelope to try and make it? Effectively, the championship is 1 space away, which with that 3-second, we've said all season long how crucial time penalties are going to play in these races, and arguably that the championship is going to come down to the final race on the back of a 3-second corner cutting time penalty. That's how crucial these are becoming. Although it looks like Tempo is having a little bit of a run here, Rob is just able to like an absolute piss missile down the main straight. Not sure if he's going to look to save some battery. This is the thing. What is that battery deployment like at the moment? Goodness me.
All the guys are very much
it looks like they got loads. Full battery. No one touching a thing.
P1 to P3, all in the
no one touching a bit
range.
Goodness
on
me.
The battery. Tempo there, we're trying to get a little bit of a sniff of Jacob into one. Jacob very widely breaking the toe, defending the inside line, get back onto the racing line, and then follow in Rob through 3 and 4.
Throwing it around, irregardless of time penalties. Oh my god! Oh, is that Tempo? Oh my!
Absolutely, where's that come from? He's come out of Amsterdam. Now Rob getting a massive snap. How's he grabbed that? Jesus!
Oh, Jacob and Rob! This is going to end in tears! Oh my god, this is far too close to call. Rob's got to yield there. That's not his corner. Oh, he got Jacob guards the inside. Oh, there's
Rob on the exit.
Oh, this is getting dicey.
Where does Tempo come from there? The overspeed through sector 2. The DRS in the toe of 2 cars. proving very beneficial.
This is great. Penultimate lap here, lap 28 of 29. Do not know where to, well, I know firmly where to look, but I do not know where we are going to call it. Rob really needs to keep a lid on things. He needs to be so careful here. He's got a driver's fight ahead of him, and he does not want to be the driver that influences what happens. He goes into the back of Jacob. Overzealous is the word at the moment. He's still got a huge amount of Urs. He's going to be using it here. Not sure what Jacob is. He's running out of space, though. Where's he going to go? Tempo's on the inside. Oh, this is crazy. Is he going to do it? Oh, my God.
Down the inside goes Jacob. 3 to 2 corners. 2 apexes worth for 3 cars. That's unbelievable racing.
Nice.
Going down to hard defending. Maybe borderline. We'll look at it afterwards.
Oh, Jacob.
Oh, no.
Oh my God, what's happening? He's got 1 lap to go, it's 3.5 seconds. He needs to get within that 3-second time to firmly and concretely take this into the final race of the season. To have a chance, he needs to make up 3 tenths in 1 lap. Not sure what on earth is that. Tempo just needs to be sensible with the corner cutting here. Rob, again, he has the chance to take a first Grand Prix win.
Does Rob do team game here?
I don't know. What do you do? Do you play the team game? Or
into the DRS here?
Do you take your first win?
About that 3 seconds. Oh,
what do you do?
I'm doing team game. I'm sorry. I'm doing team game.
Kind of eyes on Rob. Hang on, that gap is 3.2. Jacob is making up the time. He's making up the time. Oh, it's 3.3. It's but I don't think he's gonna have to DRS. Senna, by the way, gets past Ultra, happening further back.
Oh, Rob letting Tempo through. There we go. Lets him through into 13. Has he got the gap? Go 3 seconds at the moment to Jacob. 2.5 now. 2.5 then 3 seconds now to Jacob.
Oh
into
my
the
God.
final 2 corners.
It's so close.
Unbelievably close. How close can Jacob get? 2.5 tenths. 2.8 tenths now. Oh my God, it's going to be 3 seconds at a push on the final corner. He's running now to the man around. Giddy up, boy.
Does he do it?
Tenths, that's 3.2 on the line.
Oh, he doesn't do it.
No, he's not done it. Fucking Jesus.
It is a first BFL Grand Prix victory for TRE Rob. Unbelievable. He gave Tempo the chance. He gave him the chance to get ahead with the time penalty by the barest of margins. Oh, the drama. The absolute drama.
Me.
What a drive from Senna, by the way. P4 in the final stages, getting the overtake done on Callum Ultra. Oh my. Holy. I told you it was going to be good, but I didn't think it was that good. Do you know what? I'm going to say it. Fuck the rain. I never want rain again. That. Oh my goodness.